Welcome everybody to match day number 14, and match day number 14, this should be good. It is the 6 and 7 Minnesota Twins in 1965 closing in surprisingly on a playoff spot, and the 1985 Kansas City Royals, who are fighting for their own playoff spot as they are 7 and 6. The Minnesota Twins are 6 and 5. Before we go to this game, we're going to take a look at all the other games. And we showed you this before. This is the back end of all the other doubleheaders we have. The Marlins and the 75 Reds. That should be a good one. The Oakland Derby, the New York Derby, all of this. The Yankees lost to the Red Sox. Now let's see if Derek Lowe wins. They could sweep Detroit, and the 66 Orioles played a classic game the last time they played. The Yankees have a derby. New York Mets, we had them beating the Blue Jays 7-0 last time. John Cerruti is 1-1 with no ERA. We'll see how he does. The Pirates derby right there. The winner's going to have the lead in the standings, even though they're in different divisions. Take a look, Texas and Kansas City in 1980. The White Sox are 7 and 6. The Giants are 62. Are 6 and 7. They broke their long losing streak, 6-game losing streak. The Royals and Nationals, the Colt 45s, and the Nationals are tied to Cleveland Indians. Are 1 and 6 on the road. They're 5 and 1 at home. They play the 03 Cubs. Taking a look, Arizona had their long winning streak snapped by the Mariners. Oakland at the San Diego Padres, Philadelphia and the Dodgers. And LA and the Dodgers, a few other games, but right now we're going to go and take a look at the Kansas City Royals of 1985 and the Minnesota Twins. 8:35 start. You can see the Twins with most of the categories as favorites. Zoilo Versailles. Zoilo Versailles at shortstop will be batting first. Don Mincher is second. Tony Oliva, their best hitter so far. Right fielder hitting third. Harmon Killebrew, the DH, fourth. Jimmy Hall is fifth. Earl Batty is sixth. Bob Allison is seventh. Rich Rollins is eighth. And Jerry Kindle is at second. He's batting ninth. And Mudcat Grant is there. Now Willie Wilson will bat first for Kansas City. George Brett is 2, Al McRae is 3, Steve Balboni is 4, Frank White is 5, Jorge Orta is 6, Darryl Motley is 7, Jim Sundberg is 8, and Onyx Concepcion is 9. Charlie Lee Brandt will pitch. 2 games, no record there. His ERA is 5.91. Should be good. We're going to start the game here. What a day this is, and what a game this is, and we're about ready to go here in Kansas City. Versailles, Mincher, and Oliva to start off for the Minnesota Twins. So here we go. It is, the first pitch is going to be a ball, and again, like anything else, I'm going to open this up. And I'm going to switch this and hit screenshots and go here and go here. And I'm going to go here. So here we go, 1 ball, and we're off and underway. The Twins in 1965, as Charlie Lee Brandt again. That'll be on the ground. Short to first, 1 out. Kauffman Stadium with the water making me very thirsty. Mincher always had to have a nice tall glass of cold water when having this stadium here. It's just a beautiful one. That'll be a strike, 1-1. And that'll be high into center field. It'll be caught. And 2 outs, Willie Wilson. And that is big Tony Oliva now. He's the hot hitter, and they're going to keep it away, but he swings at that one. And they'll keep it away, but he swings. They're not going to say no. We just want to throw a ball. They'll take it. So it is 1-1. Oliva, they want to keep it away. He's a very hot hitter. Nobody on. Why even chance it? But he just hits it to first, and that's going to end the first inning. Minnesota nothing, Kansas City nothing. We go to the bottom of the first. Bottom of the first, you have Wilson, Brett McRae, Balboni, White, Orta, and Motley, Sundberg, and Concepcion. Here's Wilson, Brett McRae. Wilson hitting 138. And that'll be a strike. Willie Wilson, a great catch earlier on. So Willie Wilson center field, and that'll be fouled off. He's hitting only 138, no home runs, 4 RBI. He's the leadoff, and he strikes out there. That's going to be big. Here's George Brett hitting 280, a home run, and 7 RBI. The Pirates leading again, Tampa Bay. That's a big one there. That'll be inside. I believe it's the Pirates in 1991. Already 3, and I believe that's George Brett. That'll be on the ground. He swings at a 3-0, and he'll be out. They touch first, 2 outs. And here's Hal McRae, 229, 5 home runs, 12 RBI. And that's going to be a strike, 0-1. Oh, you got to love it. On the ground. It'll be short to first, and that's it. At the end of the first inning, it's Minnesota nothing, Kansas City nothing. Top of the second inning. Here's Killebrew, Hall, and Batty. Killebrew, that's going to be a strike. Charlie Leibrandt with only 9 pitches in the first inning. They're aggressive. Both teams are hitting. I mean, unless it's a ball, they're swinging at it. It'll be fouled off. 2-1. 2-2 now. That'll be on the ground to first. They pick it up, throw to first. That's going to be 1 out. Steve Balboni. Jimmy Hall, the center fielder now, will be up, 1 out. Minnesota in 1965 is 6-7. They're fighting to go 500. If they do, that would be huge for them. They start off so lousy, and now they're playing really well. They're playing very well now. And if they end up going 500, that will be huge. I believe they were 500 before, but they just lost to the Royals, and they won a split. They strike them out. And Jimmy Hall with his 20th this year. And here's Earl Batty. Here in the second inning, that'll be a strike. So Earl Batty here in the second. Base is empty. He's hitting 250. He's hitting 270 on the year. No home runs, 1 RBI. On the ground, Leibrandt will pick it up and throw to first, and that's it. We go to the bottom of the second inning. Minnesota nothing, Kansas City nothing. Bottom of the second, Balboni, White, and Orta. That'll be a strike. Fourth in the fourth in the Creators Cup League. Home runs was 6. Steve Balboni looking good. 10 pitches that first inning for Mudcock Grant. Steve Balboni, 6 home runs. He's doing pretty well. 15 RBIs, hitting .314. 2-2. High into right field, and it'll be foul. The pitch. Nope. 3-2. The Balboni, and that's a high pop fly. Right center field. And underneath and making the catch is Hall, 1 out. Almost our first base runner of the game. Here's Frank White. Hitting .429, 2 home runs, 8 RBI. Big game for both these teams. I know it's early on in the year, but we want to showcase different teams, and it'll be third to first. Oh, and they throw it away. An error. That is an error, and here comes Jorge Orta. Go to first, he's safe. One out, bottom of the second. And Orta, it's going to be low ball one. Well, again, that's 5 times. Imagine if we were going normal speed. My God, we'd be here all day. Mudcat Grand, this is Orta. They pick it up, it'll be 4-6, that's all they get. But they get the lead runner, it'll be 2 outs. Darryl Motley at left field. Motley, it's going to be low ball one. Motley hitting .214. 2-0 to Motley. That'll be fouled off, 2-1. You know, I'm seeing Cincinnati, that Reds team is just a disappointment. 3-2 with 2 outs, there he goes. And it'll be high pop fly to right field. And underneath, just walking there, they're going to make the catch, and that's it. Oliva, the red-hot hitter, gets it at the end of 2. We don't even have a hit yet. Notches now out of town scoreboard. The Mets derby's tied at 6. Boston trying to sweep the 27 Yankees. The A's and the Expos are tied. Baltimore 5-3 over Detroit in the 5th. Pittsburgh 3-1 over Tampa Bay in the 7th. Big there. The Yankees in 98 winning that derby. The Mets and Toronto are tied bottom of the 6th. Should have had that one. Cincinnati and the Senators in the 7th. Pittsburgh in 1960 showing they're really, really good. In the 5th inning, Boston leading Toronto in 93. They're starting to pick it up. They are picking it up. Chicago 2-0 there over St. Louis. Texas, Kansas City 1-1. San Francisco leading, tied with the Chicago White Sox 3-3. 1983. The Dodgers in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Well, Richard is in. He's pitching really well. They lead 3-0 there. Houston Colt 45's winning. They're a surprise team. Philadelphia and Houston 0-0. Montreal 3-0 over Milwaukee. Cleveland, Chicago 0-0. Final scores. San Francisco of 0-1. They beat the Yankees to 77. They're getting up there. They're 6-8, I believe. Oakland of 89, 10-8 over Oakland of 0-1 in 10 innings. The Pirates of 79 beat Houston of 17. And Florida sweeps the Reds 5-3. Taking a look, and we have a few people here. I wish somebody could type in something in the comments, but make it like normal here. I don't want a family show. Bob Allison, 268, 2 home runs, and 6 RBI is 2 stolen bases. And Charlie Lebrand here pitching very well. Lebrand 2-2. He has 6 strikeouts and 1 walk on the year. That'll be a strikeout, 1 out. Rich Rollins, 244 home run, 6 RBI. It'll be ball 1. It'll be fouled off, 1-1 with an out. Swing and a miss there, 1-2, 1 out. And they struck him out, 2 outs. Wow, Charlie Lebrand is looking good. And here's Jerry Kindle, away from home. He's hitting .333, a home run, and 6 RBI. It'll be on the ground. Short to first, and that's it. No Twins have reached base. One Kansas City has, but that's because of an error. Go to the bottom of the 3rd. So Sundberg, Concepcion, and Wilson. We only have that error. That'll be fouled off. Mudcat Grant doing well here. It'll be 1-1. Mudcat with a few pitches last inning, about 20 of them. He went 10, then 20. Of course, he had to compete with the error and a lot of foul balls and a lot of deep counts. That'll be on the ground. Second, first, 1 out. Sundberg is gone. And here's Concepcion, 231, no home runs, 2 RBI. Be ball 1. 1-0. Here's Mudcat. It'll be on the ground, hard hit. It'll be base hit. Past the shortstop. And that'll be the first hit of the game. First hit of the game. Here's Willie Wilson, 0 for 1. There's going to be a lot of times we say 0 for 1. Mudcat looking good. 13 strikeouts and 3 walks on the year. He's 2-0. 1 on with 1 out. Already 2-1 to Willie Wilson. Having a little bit of trouble here, 2-2. I wouldn't say trouble yet. He's just behind a little bit. High pop fly to left field and foul. 2-2. On the ground. Could be around the horn. No, they're just going to go to first. Concepcion will get to second, 2 outs. So if George Brett gets a hit here, he's 0 for 1. That could be a run. Could be the first one of the game. You never know in these games. It might be the only one. 2 strikes to Brett. Outside and in the dirt. 1-2, bottom of the third. 2-2, very close. And Mudcat trying to get out of this. Full count, 2 outs. He won't run because first is open. High and deep to right. I heard that from here, and it is gone. George Brett, a 2-run home run, and it is 2-0 Kansas City. George Brett, a big home run, and the Kansas City Royals have a 2-0 lead. Kansas City of 1985, the team that won the World Series, and it is 2-0. Wow, George Brett. That is a nice night here, as you can see. Short to first, and that'll end the inning, but Mudcat Grant gives up a home run to George Brett. And the score, Kansas City 2, Minnesota 0. We go to the fourth, Versailles, Mincher, and Oliva. Everybody's 0 for 1. Versailles, and that'll be to right field. And just jog on in, walk in, 1 out. Florida made that look easy. And Don Mincher now. Again, who will be the first one to get on base? Grant again, that's going to be fouled, 0-2. 1 out. That Brett home run was big. That was really big. And that'll be on the ground. Third, and he booted it. Oh, he booted it. That wasn't good. George Brett with the 2-run home run, and he also has the air. Tony Oliva 0 for 1, and he looks good today. That'll be on the ground. Could be 4-6-3. There's 4. There's 6. That's all they get. 2 outs, and here's Harmon. And this is big. Lebrand trying now 42 pitches. Trying to get out of this inning, and they go to Harmon. Of course, they're going to take a strike there. They throw to first. He's going to be safe. The 3-1. And 3-2. The payoff. Walked him. He walked him, and now this is big. 2 outs. Here's Jimmy Hall now. Everybody's 0 for 1. On the ground to first. He'll step on first, and that's it. They couldn't get it, and it is 4-0. It is 2-0 Kansas City. Bottom of the fourth. Kansas City 2, Minnesota 0, match day number 14. And some of the races aren't eating up, but again, we said the thirds. The first 33 are just show what you got. Then you try and get near sequel. Oh my goodness, that was hit high and hard to center field. And it'll be caught 1 out. Oh, I thought that might have been gone. That was Steve Balboni, almost with his 7th. Here's Frank White. He got on the first time with an error. He gets on the second time with a base hit. So he's going to be 1 for 1. The 3rd hit of the day. They are hitting Mudcat Grant really hard. And here's Jorge Horta. Horta in right field. That'll be on the ground, 1-1 with an out. To left field, and it is another base hit. So there's going to be 2 on. With 1 out in the bottom of the 4th, here's Darryl Motley, 0 for 1. High pop fly, and this will be to right field. It is caught. They're going to get a throw, a third. No, they won't. 2 outs, and Jimmy Sundberg.
Everybody clap your hands.
Sundberg, the catcher. Bottom of the 4th, 2-0 Royals. Grant trying to get out of this inning. 2-2. It'll be on the ground, short. The second, that'll end it. The end of the 4th inning, Kansas City 2, Minnesota 0. Let's take the out-of-town scoreboard down. New York is 73, beating New York is 69. 9-6, Boston and the Yankees are tied, but Boston has 2 on with nobody out. They're trying to sweep. Baltimore now leading Detroit by 3. Montreal up 1 on the Kansas City A's. Pittsburgh at 91, they're leading 3-1 there. New York at 98, leading New York at 61. The Mets of 86 up by 1 on Toronto. Cincinnati and the Senators are tied at 2. Pittsburgh in 1960, good. 71 is trying to make a comeback. Boston in 67 is 8-2 over Toronto. The Cubs leading St. Louis 4-2. Texas 2-1 over Kansas City in 1980. Bases loaded there. The White Sox leading the Giants of 62. Oh, if they win, they're going to be sliding all over the place. The Dodgers 3-0 in the 5th. The Colt 45 still holding on. Washington Nationals are pressuring. Philadelphia 4-0 over Houston. Montreal 3-1 over Milwaukee. Milwaukee trying to keep pace. Cleveland 1-0 over Chicago in the 4th. And San Francisco beating the Yankees at 77. We already had these. Top of the 5th, you have Batty, Allison, and Rollins. Here's Batty. It's going to be fouled away. Charlie Lebrand, 47 pitches in 4 innings. That's going to be to right, and that'll go foul. It'll be 2 strikes quickly. So Charlie Lebrand wants to, that'll be a ball inside. He wants to get out of this inning quickly. He wants to save himself for the game. They also want to save their bullpen. Anytime they can, it'll be ball 2. Some of those games use everybody once or whatever. They got to get away from that. Lebrand to 3-2, and see, he came all the way back when he didn't need to. Earl Batty to left field. He smacks that deep, and Earl Batty, it'll go against the wall. Batty will go to second base, and that's Minnesota's first hit. So Lebrand goes 4 innings, a no-hit ball. And Batty goes into first. Lebrand had him, and here's Bob Allison, 0 for 1. Batty's at second. And Lebrand needs to make sure that Allison doesn't get Batty to third base. Making sure he doesn't want him to get him in sacrifice position. Already 3-1 for Lebrand. It'll be on the ground. This will be short. The first one out. And that's going to be a strike. Rich Rollins, 0 for 1. 1-1 in Lebrand. 2-1 now. A swing and a miss will be 2-2 with 1 out. High pop fly over to center field, and that's going to be a catch. They're going to throw to third. Are they going to get him? No, they won't. And they'll be safe there. It'll be 2 outs. Jerry Kendall. It'll be fouled off 0-1. 0-2 with 2 outs. Trying to get out of this is Lebrand. Already 2 in the dirt. They got to be careful. They got a runner on third. That'll be a sharp hit to the gap. It's now 2-1. And Minnesota has cut the lead in half. They go to second base, and it's now 2-1 here in the fifth. You gotta love it. Well, Minnesota, your quest to 500 again. Here's Versailles. They don't want to get swept by Kansas City. Versailles can tie it up with a hit. 1-1 as Lebrand. Versailles on the ground. Short to first, and that'll be it. Go to the bottom of the fifth inning. The score, Kansas City 2, Minnesota 1. So let me go right here. Bottom of the fifth. And we got Concepcion, Wilson, and Bratt. Bobcat Grant is up to 65, now 66 pitches. He had 63 through 4, and it's going to be 3-1. Grant makes it full. Concepcion 1 for 1 today. He fouls it off. So Mudcat Grant, high pop fly, running in, and 1 out. That's Hall. Here's Willie Wilson, 0 for 2. And Willie's going to take that for a ball. It'll be 2-0. We're going to have a beer inning next inning. I just want to get up and have a beer. Oh my goodness, this will make me have a beer. It's gone. Good night, Willie Wilson. Willie Wilson of the 85 Royals has just made it a 3-1 lead. Willie Wilson, 441 feet, and it is 3-1. The run that Minnesota got in the top of the inning, they got it back. Here's George Brett, 1 for 2, a 2-run home run. That's going to be hard hit. It'll be second to first. That took a diving stop to get him out. And here's Hal McRae, 0 for 2. So Hal McRae, it's 3-1. You can't stop hitting. You have to keep getting on. 65 Twins almost won the World Series. Over the Dodgers, they lost in 7 games. That'll be a little blooper, and what a catch. What a catch. I'll be back in a second. I want to get myself a beer, actually. All right. I'll be back in a second. We'll be back. As I'm pouring myself a nice drink here. Friday night in Thailand, if you're listening. And right now it's going to be top of the 6th inning. We got Mincher, Oliva, and Killebrew. Charlie Leibrandt, 73 pitches coming into this inning. And Don Mincher, this will be hard hit to first. And they'll just step on it, 1 out. Here's Oliva for 2. On the ground, and that's going to be a base hit. Oh, that's big. I don't know if it's going to be an error or not, but it'll get to second. That'll be a double. Killebrew 0 for 1. That'll be a strike. So Oliva, no stolen bases. He's hitting .404, 4 home runs, 15 RBI. If Killebrew gets a hit, he's 0 for 1 today. If he gets a hit, then he could make it 3-2. Could be big. Cut it to 1 run. I'd like to get him into sacrifice position. Ran again, low, 2-2. Struck him out, and that's going to be 2 outs. Jimmy Hall 0 for 2. 2 outs here. He held up, 1 ball. 1-1. High pop fly. Center field. Way back, way back. It is caught at the wall. Go to the bottom of the 6th inning. The score: Kansas City 3, Minnesota 1. Steve Balboni 0 for 2. Mudcat Graham with 78 pitches. Balboni, the hard-hitting 6 home run. Remember, it is Hal McRae with 5 home runs and Balboni with 6. Mudcat Grant wants to get through this in the next inning, at least 8 innings. Well, 7 innings, he'd like to. Right field, Balboni will fly out to Oliva. That'll be 1 out. Frank White 1 for 2. High pop fly. And caught at third. That's going to be 2 outs. Jorge Orton, right field. Mudcat Grant right now getting some swings and hits. That's what he wants. He wants some action here. Doesn't want deep counts. But when you keep missing, this is what happens. 3-1, and he's going to take him deep anyway. Doesn't matter. 3-2, 2 outs. High pop fly to Oliva in right field again. And gets it. That's the end of 6 innings. We'll be back.
Please remember to drink responsibly.
Top of the 7th inning, remember, we'll go 2-4, 7th inning stretch and after 8 for our updates. It's going to be a fastball low. It's Batty, Allison, and Rollins. Batty, this is big for him. It'll be fouled off. Leibrandt with 87 pitches before this inning. This will be second to first, 1 out. He's rolling right along. Here's Allison. Allison is 0 for 2. He'll be fouled back, 1-1. 3-1. 3-2 with an out. Struck him out, and it's going to be 2 outs. Rich Rollins is 0 for 2. Oh, he took that one to deep center field, but he took it an outside pitch, and he couldn't get enough oomph on it to get out of it. 7th inning stretch. Let's take a look at the outside scores. go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Motley, Sundberg, and Concepcion. And Motley will start off with a strike. Mudcat Grant is still in the game. This is his 92nd pitch. 3-1. It's been a while since Kansas City has had really a couple hits in a row. Third to first, 1 out. So Sundberg now the catcher, Jim Sundberg, nobody on, 1 out. Here in the bottom of the 7th inning, Kansas City winning 3-1. If they win, they'll go 8-6. 8-6, and we'll see where they put them. They're in a little bit of they're in the thick of the playoff hunt. Of course, it's 14 out of 100 games. But still, Onyx Concepcion 1 for 2. That middle third from game 34 to 66 is going to be the teller. On the ground, third to first, and that'll be it. At the end of 7 innings, it's Kansas City 3, Minnesota 1. Here in the 8th inning, it has just been a great game so far. Kindle, Versailles, and Mincher. That looks like it's going to roll foul, and it hits foul. Lebrand is still in. He's thrown. That was his 100th pitch. 101 is going to be a ball. 98 through 7 innings. Jerry Kindle's 1 for 2. He has the only RBI today in Minnesota. He's trying to get on base so that they can tie the game up with a swing, but he strikes out, 1 out. Zoilo Versailles. Zoilo Versailles. And that's going to be outside, ball 1. 6-5. Hard hit to right field and a base hit. So he goes around first base. Zoilo Versailles. Of course, when there's somebody on the tying run, here's Don Mincher, 0 for 3. They want Versailles to get in. Versailles, a stolen base, only 1 on the air. Big for Don Mincher at first base. I'd like to get Versailles further along, maybe even walk. 1 out, 1 on, the 1-2. On the ground, it'll be 3, 6, and he beats it out. He beats it out, it's only 3 and 6. So here's Oliva, the right fielder. Inside ball 1. So Tony Oliva, there's 1 on with 2 outs. He's hot today. He's 1 for 3 though, but he's hitting 404. That's going to be to center field. And it's a diving catch. Oh my! Minnesota can't do anything with that runner. Go to the bottom of the 8th, it's 3-1. Give me a second here. Willie Wilson 1 for 3 as a solo shot. Here in the bottom of the 8th inning, they want insurance. Mudcat Grant can be in the whole game. Nobody's had a relief pitcher yet. And here's Grant now. He wants to go. It'll be 2-1. I think if he gets in a jam, they're going to have another pitcher come in. But they do want to save their bullpen, especially teams from the 60s. They don't have the biggest plethora in the world. That'll be a base hit to the gap. And Willie Wilson, who I believe he had a home run earlier, and it is a double now. So they might change Mudcat. They're going to leave him in. Here's George Brett, a 2-run homer.
Everybody clap your hands.
George Brett now. Mudcat's got first base open. They throw to second base again. Mudcat, this is big. It's going to be 2-0 to Brett. I wouldn't worry too much if you walk Brett. You got Hal McRae coming up next and Balboni. There'll be a strike there, nobody out. Trying to get him over to third. It'll be ball 4. Maybe a new pitcher will come in. There will be. So Al Worthington will come in. No record, 5 1/3. There's 5 hits, 2 earned runs, 7 strikeouts, 1 walk, and a 3.38 ERA. Al McRae 0 for 3. Beyond the ground, a strike 1 there. 1-1. Out off 1 and 2, nobody out, 2 on. They could blow this thing wide open. They got to stop them now and score a few runs in the top of the 9th for Minnesota. It'll be 3 and 2. McRae, that's the center field. And that's going to be a catch. They're going to throw to third. Nobody goes. 1 out. And, oh, that was ball 4. Swung at ball 4. Here's Balboni. Balboni now inside, 1-1. So, my goodness. Balboni is 1 and 2 now. Al Worthington hits Balboni and the bases are loaded. Bottom of the 8th inning, 1 out, bases loaded. They got Frank White. It's 3-1. For Minnesota to win, they have to give up no runs, and they have to score 2. It's like being down 3-0 in penalty kicks, and that's going to be a base hit to right field. 1 run's going to score. They're going to bring in a 2nd run. They're going to throw the ball in, and it's going to be 5-1, and Kansas City has probably sealed it. And here's Jorge Orta, so Minnesota a little bit upset at themselves. There were times when they could have done something later on in the game, but they didn't. It'll be 1 ball, 2 strikes with an out. And that'll be a little bit of a hit. They're going to get an out here. It'll be 2nd to 1st, a run scored. It's 6-1. Bottom of the 8th inning. And Motley. And it's going to be 1-0. 1-1 now, bottom of the 8th inning. 2 strikes, and Worthington. That'll be on the ground. It'll be 2nd to 1st. And that's going to be it. Well, Kansas City has a 6-1 lead. They blow this game wide open. Let's take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard. The Kansas City Royals of 1980 have blown it open. Philadelphia 6-2 there. Montreal 94 has extended their lead. Washington, the Nationals, they lead now. A big inning there. Cleveland leading Chicago. Houston winning. Anaheim big over Detroit at 13. That's an interdivisional game, I think. The Dodgers of 88 beating Baltimore of 70. Arizona and Seattle 1-1. San Diego 2-0. The Dodgers of 81 1-0 in the 4th. Houston and LA 0-0 finals. The Chicago Cubs in 1987 come back and beat the Dodgers. Dodgers are now, I believe, 9-5. The White Sox win. Boston in 67 beats Toronto in 93. The Cubs beat the Cardinals. The Pirates a 60 win. New York Yankees in 11 innings. They win barely. The Yankees in 98. They win 11-3. Cincinnati 5-2. Pirates in 91. And the Mets beat Toronto of 87 6-5. And the rest are the scores we already know. Top of the 9th inning. And they need 5 runs or the game's over. Killebrew 0 for 2. Brand, I believe, is still in. He wants to finish this game. He does. That'll be 2-1. I really think that it's 3-1 now. I think that Minnesota, they're going to look back. They're going to be 6-8 now. They were 6-6 coming in here. And I think that, they're going to be back at home at Metropolitan Stadium. And I just, you think about, they're going to think about a lot of things. And I think, so Mike Jones will come in really quickly. He's 0-1-9 in a third inning pitch, giving up 7 hits, 3 earned runs, struck out 8, walked 4, and 2.89 ERA. Jimmy Hall 0 for 3. 1 out. But I think one thing they're going to think about is they got to think about they get into these funks, these long funks, and they don't play small ball. 2 outs, and this is going to be it, Batty. And that's the one thing they got in today. They got in some funks. They got on people on second with nobody out, and they didn't play small ball. Now, take away that 3 in the 8th inning. It's 3-1. You play small ball a couple times, it could be a tie game. You just don't do it. Batty is hitting terribly in the late innings. And they're down to their last strike, and this should be it. That'll be fouled again. Mike Jones trying to finish this off. And again, a foul ball, 2-2. Fouled it off, 2-2 again. 3-2. High into left field, and that's it. The line drive, and that's it. Molly ends the game, and the Kansas City Royals in 1985 win 6-1 over Minnesota. Solid performance by Kansas City. There were times where Minnesota seemed close to tying the game, but then Kansas City blew it open, and they end up winning 6-1. As you see, the player of the game is Charlie Leibrandt, pitched a 76. 8 1/3, giving up 4 hits, only 1 run, earned 1 run, and it was earned. Struck out 6, walked 1. On 119 pitches, his ERA is down to 3.79. Mudcat Grant with a loss, giving up 5 earned runs. You take a look at the hitters. Minnesota had no repeats, and Kansas City had 2 of them. Willie Wilson was 2 for 4 with an RBI, and Frank White was 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs. So this was big, 6-1 win. You saw really no reason to go over. We had 2 solid victories in a row, one by New York of 1986 yesterday, and one by Kansas City today. Kansas City goes to 8-6, and the Twins go to 6-8. Taking a look at scores of the day, and we said the Marlins won, the Pirates won. We said that one. San Francisco won. There's 6. Both teams are 6-8. Marlins are 9-5. The Pittsburgh Pirates is 79 or 7-7. That was a good series. The Oakland Derby, a heck of a game there, and both teams are 8-6 as 89 beats 01. 73 Mets beat 69 Mets, so 73 is 500. 27 Yankees win in 11 innings, a close game. The 04 Red Sox almost beat them. They got 2 in the bottom in the 6th. The Baltimore Orioles hold on, another 1-run win against the Tigers. They sweep them. They're 8-6. Tigers are 7-7. The 81 Expos, I believe they swept, so it's they're 7-7. The Pirates sweep the Rays. They're 10-4. The 98 Yankees win. The 61 drops to 8-6. The 86 Mets sweep. They're 8-6. The 90 Reds win. They're 7-7. They're 500. I believe they swept. The 60 Pirates swept. They were 7-5. Now they're 9-5. And the Pirates is 71. We're 8-4. Now they're 8-6. The 67 Red Sox, they win. The 93 Blue Jays, I believe they were swept. So 10-4, 10-4. 10-4 they lose, but they're 8-6. Kansas City a big win. They're 6-8. That was the game to see which team would be 6-8. Chicago 6-8. They beat the Cardinals 6-2. Chicago Cubs upset the Dodgers. They're 5-9. Dodgers is 63 or 9-5. Dodgers got a run in the top. They got a home run in the bottom. The White Sox are 8-6. They beat 6-2 Giants, who are reeling. The 85 Royals win 6-1. The 80 Phillies win 9-2. The Expos win. They're 9-5 now over the Brewers. The Nationals beat the Colt 45s, who are now 500. The Cubs are 7-7. As the 03 Cubs beat the Indians 3 runs in the bottom of the 9th. What a game that was. The Astros beat the Padres. The Padres are now 4-10. They are reeling. The 80 Astros 14-1 winners. The 02 Anaheim Angels beat the 13 Tigers. They're 10-4. We got double-digit winners coming up here. The 88 Dodgers win. They're now 8-6. The 70 Orioles are back to 500. The Diamondbacks win. They continue a hot streak. They beat the Mariners. They only had one blemish, and that was yesterday against the Mariners. The 72 A's win. They're 8-6. The 81 Dodgers, they win. They win 7-1. They're 6-8. The 64 Phillies dropped to 9-5, and the 66 Dodgers beat the 86 Astros 3-0. They are 8-6. Taking a look, we're going to quickly go and into the statistics. Taking a look here, go ahead and take a look as Sacrifice hits a few of the pitching leaders. Richard Dotson again looking very good. Brandon Back, the already 3 losses. There are some. We have a thunderstorm coming, so we might end up whatever. Who knows what will happen. Tommy Aggie, there's still 4 players at 14 hits and a few at 13. So I thought it said Deion Sanders, but it didn't. He's not in this. So we take a look at the league home, and this is very big, as you see. So no, there are no injuries in this league. Hudson, that was very big. Actually, don't got to worry about this. Bob Ojeda, well, no, that was yesterday. Nothing really happened today. Howard, 5-10. He leads. Cepeda with 9 hits, with 9 home runs. Garrett Anderson now with 20 RBIs. Tim Raines, 15 stolen bases. And Law with 14. Tim Raines is pretty good. Soto wins over replacement. ERA, Dodson, really good. Dittmer with wins at 4 strikeouts. Randy Johnson, a lot. Saves, Eckersley has 7 of them. He's really good. And WAR wins above replacement. Patrick Corbin is pretty good there. Runs scored, the Yankees. Batting average, the Tigers. Home run, the Yankees. Stolen bases, the Expos. On bases is the Pittsburgh Pirates, the best on base. 91. The pitching runs against the Dodgers by 14 and 17 over the 3rd place one. That's unbelievable. Defensive efficiency, the Dodgers again, they are a defensive powerhouse. Starter ERA, the Dodgers. The Rays, the bullpen, very good. And the Dodgers are very good. Fielding, including pitching, the Pirates is 79 and the Pirates is 71. Standings. Here we go. Arizona Diamond. Oh my goodness. Look at the Mike in the Truck League. Arizona, the Dodgers, the Pirates, and the Royals all tied for first. The Bozeman League, the Astros first, Pirates second. Ron Juckett League, you have the Nationals first, the Expos second. Boston has 10 losses. The Bob Stokes League, the Astros first, the Phillies second. A little bit of a gap there. The Brainiac Baseball League. Only one team has won, and that's the Expos. The Rays and the Athletics are tied for second. And Padres of 98 have lost 7 in a row. They were 4-3. The Jabs Blabs 8. Toronto and the Mets are tied for first. The Orioles only one behind. Yeah, Red Sox fan. The 27 Yankees squeaking by. And, I mean, the last couple things, they have a few games where they really blew people out. But they had a tough series against the Red Sox. They're one. The 6-6 Dodgers are second. Milwaukee is third, a game behind. Remember, top two make the playoffs. Anaheim is first in Sire 0329. Sire 0329 League. Anaheim is now first. 63 Dodgers are second. And the A's and the Yankees and the Orioles are all one behind. The Slovak Frick League has become a great league now. The Pirates are one. The A's and the White Sox are 2 and 3. And the Minnesota Twins moved down to 6 and 8. And the principals picks, you have the Pirates and the Marlins, who are 2 games ahead of the Reds and the Mets. They're first and second here. That's it for us today. Thank you very much for joining in. Very good to see all of you. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I'll see you later. Have a wonderful day. I'll see you in a bit.